I'm Jashina Wortham with the Cover Your Ears blog. I'm here with Logan Butt for our first entry in which he's going to be teaching me viola.
Okay.
And what I'm noticing right away is that it's a really light instrument. It's a lot lighter than I anticipated.
Yeah, violins are even lighter, and when you've been playing a viola, they feel like little toys that you might break if you hold too hard.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm thinking the first thing is to get the bow hand, and the way you do it looks like this. So first things first, put your thumb right here, and that's kind of what this little pad is for.
Okay.
Then curve your other fingers down, and you want to kind of hold them right here at your first little joint. Right. So now flip it over, and you're going to put your pinky a little bit out further, and curve it so that the tip is hitting the top of the whole thing. So right about here.
Oh.
Okay. And then your index finger comes out a little bit further and rests at the first joint right here. So the first important thing is to be able to move all your fingers without tilting it. Hold it straight up, and then just kind of work it, keeping your fingers relaxed. Not your thumb, obviously, and then your ring finger.
This is strange.
Yes, it's very counterintuitive how they hold it. I don't know how they came up with it. Okay?
Yeah.
And so the way that you would practice this is what's called spider races, where your hand is a spider and you race up to the top. So you can try that if you want. And you can't let the bow slide or drop or anything. It's like tap, tap, and then work your way back down.
My spider's sick.
That's... My teacher used to be condescending toward me, and he used to be like, your spider's a little slow. Is it feeling sick today? And
I can't get it to go down.
well, that's because you're not a pro yet, but one day you can give up. Do that in your own time. One important thing to note is the balance point, and so that is where the sticker is right here.
Wow.
Now, if you didn't know where it was, you just start with your fingers out like this, and then you just slowly bring them together, and right where they touch is the balance point.
Whoa. And why isn't it just in the middle?
Because this end's a little bit heavier, it's got this metal and stuff going on.
And how come your bow has more space in between the...
Ah, yes. Well, before we begin playing, we will tighten the bow. Mine's already tightened, but that's this here. So you turn it clockwise, and you will tighten the hairs on it. There's just a little screw in there that moves back and forth. And generally, you want about a pencil width at the smallest point. But with the viola, you can get away with being tighter than that. Just because we like to get as much sound as possible, so that's about good.
And that's just to keep the health of the hairs, or what?
Well, you don't want the hairs to be tight all the time because, yeah, you'll lose some tension. And also, it's nice because then you can fine-tune the feel of your bow depending on the kind of piece you're performing. If you're playing kind of more lyrical, slow thing, you want a looser bow. But if you want to be real sharp and bouncy, then you want a real tight bow. And so when you are bouncing, you're going to bounce right at the balance point. It's just the easiest place to do it, and that's why it's important to know where that is. So, bow hand, let's see it.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
Hold it like this, and you'll feel it. Most of the weight's on your pinky, right?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay. That's why your pinky needs to be out here, and it's actually really important. So, the way that it works is that your index finger controls the end of the bow, and then each finger controls a little bit closer going in.
Huh.
That's just kind of... I don't know if it really works that way, but that's how we like to visualize it when we're playing.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the bow hand. You can set down the bow for a second if you want. And this is Carmen. This is my brother's viola. And this is my viola. His name is the Destroyer. There should be a shoulder rest in the case. I'll hold this for you.
Okay. And why do we gotta have the shoulder rest?
You don't have to. It's just for comfort and the like. In general, all the form that comes from playing a stringed instrument, a lot of it's for the sound and all, but most of it is to keep you from hurting yourself. And so the wide end, that's good, goes right here, and just scoot that end over.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So you've got a chin rest here. That's where your chin goes. Alan's is a little different than mine, but that's where his is. You've got your shoulder rest on the back. I don't like this thing. Yeah, close enough. And it might go backwards, but okay. So the way you start is, I don't like his setup very much. It's really weird. You start with your arm straight out this way. Okay. Flip it upside down. Okay. Now bring it, and you should look straight forward and bring it right up to your shoulder. That happens a lot. And if it happens in performance, you just let it fall and keep playing until you get a rest or something. Okay, so upside down, straight up. You're going to put it right here. Okay. Now, so you're going to be looking straight forward. Your chin's not on yet. And then you lift up your chin and you look straight to the left. And you clamp your chin down. And then you swing the whole thing forward. And that is the correct posture for viola and violin. Okay? And I hate this thing. The way that you know you're doing it right is you can let go. Yep. Very nice. Okay, so when you are holding it, you can put it on your leg if you want. Your thumb goes right up here in this little notch. And your strings, what you're going to do is your wrist is going to be pretty much straight. It's not going to be flat. Not like this, but like this. Okay. And your fingers are going to come straight down where they need to be. Now right away you'll notice that kind of tenses up your wrist, so it's your job to have your fingers down and to be able to move your wrist pretty freely. And your thumb needs to stay right here. If it slips this way, then you've lost your grip, so you've got to be right back here. And that's especially important when you're shifting, because then you need to be able to like slide your hand up and down. And if your thumb's over here, there's too much friction. Okay? So, let's hold the viola. Slide it over. Okay? Pluck. Let's pluck the C string. The strings go C, G, D, A, from lowest to highest. Yep. Pluck it. Cool. Then put your first finger down, just where it feels natural for now. A little higher. Okay, now is when you need your wrist to be as relaxed as possible. Be able to move your wrist like this. Okay, nice and loose. Shoulders relaxed too, everything relaxed. Whatever you tense up will actually hurt you if you practice that way. So everything needs to be loose. Okay, try to find a D. Good. E is the next one up. It's a whole step, so it'll be about 2 finger widths higher.
Do I have to keep that other finger down too?
You don't have to, but it helps. Because if you let it move, then you won't find it on the way down. Try again. Good. The next one is a half step, so it's just put your finger about as close as you can get it. Good. So these are the only notes that we're going to need for our little song. So it's going to go. How's it go? Oh, start on second finger, so that'll be your. Yep. Good. Okay, now hold right there. So we want this to be higher up. You're standing very proud and grand, so you need good posture. And your wrist needs to be back and relaxed. And this needs to be comfortable.
My chin is like already sore.
Yeah, that'll happen. Can you let go right now, or will it? That's not bad. And then your shoulders need to be relaxed as well. Okay, you need to like be comfortable doing something that's very uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
Okay, so now let us grab the bows. Now, for our song, we're not going to use the real viola sound, but just so you know, there is a real viola sound, and that is. You gotta do it too.
Oh.
Because you're a violist today, right?
I am.
Okay. We're just gonna play on open string, the open C. So you're gonna start at the frog, and the frog is the lowest part, right where the hairs start. And you're gonna plant it right down there. And you're going to push down. So you can do that if you wanted to. You push down harder than that. Okay? And when you're going to play the note from this end of the bow to that end of the bow without ever letting up on the pressure. And by the time you're in the middle, the wood should be down against the hair. So. Good. And then try going up. Okay, that's the viola sound. This is what my teacher, the first thing he told me. He said, you play that, anything less than that, and you're playing violin on the viola. So this is how we play viola on the viola. And this is part of our viola mentality, that we always play like this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, but now we're going to play our song, and our song's not quite so aggressive, so we can play it as if we're sissy little violinists today. So, ready?
No.
Get your second finger ready. You're going to plant your first finger down here. Second finger a whole step higher. So now go. Okay, so you're getting that squeak because you're pushing down too hard compared to how fast you're bowing. So if you're getting that little crunch, not squeak, crunch. If you're getting a crunch, try to bow faster. And you're going to want to try to bow parallel to the bridge. So you're going to move your elbow out this way, and you want to form a right angle. So this is better. Okay? But your shoulder has to be relaxed. Okay. Try that. One string down. Okay. And so one thing we're worried about is if you're sliding this way. So what you have to do is just move your elbow and your wrist, but not your whole arm. We're getting there, but alright, so to try our song. Okay. Try that. Okay, so real quick, we are lifting the instrument higher. Relax. Relax your shoulder. Okay. And put your bow on your string. Just near the middle, let's say. Move it a little bit higher. Okay. And we want to make sure that we are forming a right angle. Okay. And try to bow cleanly. So we're not doing any of this. Towards you a little bit. Okay, now go down the next note. And then open C. Back up to 2. And then here we want to be at the balance point so that we can be a little more staccato. This is open C. Yep, then E.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. Go a little higher. And you're sitting up straight. You should be at the end of your chair. I'm not going to mark it down for that.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, go ahead. So that was pretty much a perfect execution. Everything looked good, I would say.
Thank you very much, Logan. I appreciate you being on the blog.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Alright.
And you will have inspired a whole new generation of young violists.
Oh, that's all I want.
Me too.